I made this with the basic editor. I didn't realize how different it was. You have so few blocks to work with in the basic editor. These are all the blocks here on the bottom. This is all you get. And I still made a really fucking cool course with it. I love this course. Check it out. You start on sausage blocks. And I worked for a pretty decent time on this. You could probably get under 2 minutes. But I had 2:03 is my best time. If you can get my author time, I think it would be a lot of fun. Because you have to slow down there. There's a bunch of jumps. It's called Kaizo. And this, you can actually bonk off the ceiling, and I think it's faster than just slowly crawling up that hill, but there's, like, options there. Then you can, like, speed through this section. There's a lot of, like, avoiding airtime, but needing to get airtime, like here. So you want to, like, find the right combination of speeding off, doing an air brake. I know just enough about this game, I think, to make the course interesting. Even though I've just started. And then you can really speed through this section. And then you have to slow down again for the sausage blocks. Or you can full speed and bonk off the ceiling and hope for a good bounce. So there's like options there too. Hey Sushi, how's it going, bud? And then these sausage blocks are actually really tough to navigate. I tried to indicate with the walls there that you need to slow down. Like a lot of these walls were placed to inform, kind of like I do in Mario, right? They're like, well, it's hard to see where to go. That was one of the things when watching this game. I was like, how do they know where to go? Well, one, it's you've played the track a bunch of times already, but also a well-designed track should show you where to go. And so I tried to do that. This one doesn't even have access to the arrows. You saw I put a bunch of those arrows in the castle map. This one doesn't have access to those, the basic editor. So I had to design the map in such a way where you could see where the next turn was. Or that's how I thought of it anyway. It just makes it more fun, right? Like you could see where to go. This is the only ice in the whole map because I fucking hate the ice. Gotta do a little air brake there. And then there's a big turn. Both my maps are about 2 minutes long. This is a really big turn. You go from feathering the turn to feathering the gas into a really big jump, and it's really easy to misalign that. And then you have to redo that whole turn. If you get that landing really good, you can save a ton of speed there. There's like a ton of opportunities for time saves all over this whole map, but also a bunch of places you can lose it. So getting the 2-minute run and getting all of these tricks without losing much time. You can see I was going kind of slow here. Here's the last big final jump, but it's, again, really easy to miss that last jump and lose a ton of time by having to restart. You're a beginner. I love this game so far. Like, everything I've played about it, except for the actual editor itself, is really clunky to use. There's a ton of options, though, so it's kind of hard to balance giving the player access to all these options and also making it fun to use them all. But I feel like they could have done a better job. It's still pretty fun. The actual playing of the game is super good. That's Kaizo. It's got like 3 or 4 jumps. I started building like each section at a time, and then I would interlock them and jump over them. I wanted it to be really interlocking. One of the first maps I saw on Virtual's channel was Hawkalicious, and it struck me how condensed it was. It's a really cool map, kind of like this one, but with the same amount of road collapsed into half as much space. And there's just a lot of interlocking round and rounds, and the checkpoints were placed in such a way where you have to drive through the whole thing. Only, apparently there was some cheese on it, but that's part of the fun, is figuring out if there's cheese somewhere. Like on the castle level that I just built, there's a couple spots where you can theoretically save a little bit of time by cutting sections, but you still have to go through all the major sections because of where the checkpoints are placed. Patience Forever. I have that one downloaded, Dis. I do have it downloaded. I expected to play through the campaign on this one and then get bored and then switch over to Nations Forever. But I started mapping, and I think I could just spend all my time making my own maps and then playing those. Because so far, this is just so much fun. Let me do this one more time. See if I can improve my time. What was that, a 207? Let me show you my 205. You barely have to slow down here at all. You slow down in the air here so you can land just right on that slope. I didn't do it perfectly there. And accelerate down the hill and save a bunch of speed. Save as much speed through those turns as you can so you can bounce off the roof there. Accelerate down here. Don't slow down at all. Into this turn. Full speed this turn. Start slowing down about here. So you can make this turn. Hard shift to the right. Try to lose as little speed as you can there. Slow down in the air there so you can land here so you can accelerate down. Slow down so you can land just on the ramp there. I fucked that up. But you can like lose very little speed there if you do it just right. Same here. You can zip through these turns. I'm not doing great here. And then you full speed into this just right, so you bonk on the top and land on the sausage block just like that. That was quite good. Actually, I had too much speed there. I soared over the edge. Down these sausage blocks. Oh, this track is so much fun. Yikes. I looked up instead of looking forward, and I fucked up that dirt landing. This dirt section's really, really fun, too. You lose a lot of traction, but they're really wide turns, and you're not, like, going so fast that you can't control it still. The air brake here, so you land flat. I'm fucking this section up. I'll probably still get close to 205. Come off slightly turned there. Air brake when you're flat, and that gives you a really good lineup for this next turn. You just soar over these speed bumps. This is a big, wide turn into the ice section. Zoop. Oops, that was a little too far to the left. On this ice, you want as much speed as you can. A slight curve, and then air brake, and then you just float up this turn, and you lose almost no speed into the big turn. Switch to feathering the gas, and then you full speed up the end of the ramp. That was pretty good. Air brake, that was a really good landing. And you can air brake off here into this turn. Oh, if you make that just right, you can get a ton of speed off of this and land like inside the checkpoint there. You almost hit the checkpoint if you do it too well. And then full speed up this. It's really easy to miss this last ramp. You actually want to take it a little bit slow so you land on the back of the turbo. That was a really good 209. Ew, that was a shitty run. That was worse than my last one, but you can see how hard it is to save all those turns. There's like so many places where you can majorly fuck up or take a big risk to save just a little bit of time. I really think I landed where I wanted to with the idea of the Kaizo in Trackmania. There's a bunch of tricks with involving jumping and bouncing off